Hello everyone and a very warm welcome. In this tutorial, we will integrate the document web services with make and create business processes. In the previous tutorial, we looked at how you can use it with Postman for easy testing, and we also saw how you can sign up. So without wasting any further time, let's integrate the API in your make business processes.
So the first step would be to navigate to the portal if you have already signed up. If not, open a new tab and navigate to nutrient.io. You can find the dashboard API by clicking on the cloud, click on dashboard. I have signed up, so I can directly copy the API. Please do not take a screenshot of it because I will recycle this key after the particular demo tutorial has been completed. I am in Make. In Make, you create scenarios. So I will create a scenario. I'm going to upload files to my Google Drive, which are scanned files. The scanned files need to be OCR'd because it's image only. I want digital files. So I will add the action watch files in the folder. It's a Google Drive action. So this is a trigger. Firstly, I need to choose the drive. I have two folders out here, make in folder and make out folder. Make in folder is where I will upload the file. Here it is. And the make out folder is where the OCR'd files will be stored. So let's configure this action. Firstly, you will see some things out here such as file types to watch. I'll watch all the files. The limit is fine because I'm using a trial. And I'll click on save. Once I click on save, here you will see that choose where to start. I will just say from now on. So from now on, please monitor this particular folder. So the next action that I'm going to find is again a Google Drive action. So that's cool. I will just position the previous action and join the Google Drive action with the download a file action. And here what I want to do is I want to monitor the file. So in this particular case, I'm going to say enter a file ID. I think enter manually is perfect. And the file ID will be the output of the previous action. And I'll save the action. So the next thing that I want to do is now that I have said watch this folder, get the download file. I want to configure the Nutrient DWS API action. The Nutrient DWS API action is where the real magic will happen. So I'm going to use an HTTP action with which I'm going to make a request. So the first thing that I will show you is you need to go back to the dashboard, and here you will find a lot of HTTP examples. So let me dog this side by side so that it becomes easier for us to configure the action. So let me click on the action and let me configure it real quick. I need to set the method to post. So I have set the method to post. So the URL is in, that's perfect. So next I'm going to add headers. The headers are really important because it will help us choose the content type and also pass in the authorization. So I'll copy the content type. I'll give it in the name field, content type, and I'll set the value to multipart form data. Okay. Here it shows me application JSON, but I will have to use multipart form for this particular scenario. Because at the end, if you see under custom boundary, it uses form data. So I'm going to paste in multipart form data as I told you. So next thing would be to set up the authorization. That is, I'll set up the name authorization and I'll pass in my API key out here. Now, one thing to remember when I pass in the API key, you need to add the word bearer in front of it and hit a space. That's how it will work. It is shown in the demo out here or the example for the HTTP. So that's good. That's really good. Now that we have configured the headers, we need to configure the body. So the body type is multipart form data, as I told you. So for the multipart form data, let me quickly put in first as text because I want to pass in the instructions. So the instructions are there on your screen. I'll quickly copy it up. So it's going to be parts, and file should be scanned, and it should be an action of OCR, and the language should be English. That's what I'm going to paste in here. Perfect. So that's my first field, or the first field that I configure in the body. The next field that I want to configure is I want to pass in the actual file, a file, and I want to select Google Drive, download a file. That's pretty much it. And the key would be scanned. That's what the file will be identified as. If you see in the body, I have set up file scan, and I'll save it. So this is how you set up the HTTP action for the DWS API in Make. I'll quickly go through. First thing, you need to put in the API. The method is post. You have got headers. First is content type. The second one is authorization, and the body type is multi-part. The field type is text. And then I will set up a file. The key is scan, and I'll map it to the output of the Google Drive action. The next step would be to upload the file. So what I want to do is I want to add the file back into my Google Drive in the test out folder. So let me quickly do that. So I have added the upload a file action. To this, I'm going to enter the file or folder ID manually, my drive, and under my drive, I will select the folder. The folder that I want to say is make out folder. And then I will select the output of the action of the HTTP action. So I'll map it. The file name would be good, so name, and the output will be the data of the HTTP action. So this is beautiful, right? As soon as I selected, the action actually flashes or thumbs. So again, let me just put in the data. This looks good, and I'll save it. At this point, I have configured my make workflow. So let me give this a meaningful name. So I'll click on run once, and this will trigger the workflow. So if you see, it has picked up the file from the Google Drive, and it is trying to process the file in the HTTP action. It is successful, and the file should be uploaded back into my Google Drive. So this is the make in folder. So this is the actual folder. If you see, it's not OCR'd. I cannot read of it, or I cannot select text of it. So here you see that you can actually select the text of it, and it has been OCR'd. I hope that this quick tutorial was informative. Thank you for your time. Have a great day, and bye-bye.